An amazing story of bravery and fighting the odds as they risk their lives to save others. It is the remarkable story of the first and only all-black Pea Island life-saving station on North Carolina's Outer Banks that was formed in 1880. A part of that historic station now serves as a museum about 20 miles away from its original location in Manteo, North Carolina. And there's a group working to get this often overlooked history into the spotlight.
This is the building we're standing in now. We're actually standing, this is the dining room.
Which helps explain the name Pea Island Cookhouse Museum.
This is the actual cookhouse.
This is the actual cookhouse of the last Pea Island station.
The only thing left of that last station, but is packed with a rich history.
Richard is here. This is Richard Etheridge. Even though he was born a slave, he wasn't treated like most slaves were. He worked right beside John B. Etheridge, helped build his wealth up, learned the commercial fishing operation, became an expert waterman. Little did he know that all this was preparing him later on in life when he became the first African-American keeper in the United States Life-Saving Service.
He served in the Civil War with an all-black unit of Union troops, but after the war, Etheridge joined the life-saving service at Pea Island, which had what's known as a checkered board crew, meaning whites and blacks serving together. Etheridge was the lowest-ranking surfman there. His future would change, though, following two tragic shipwrecks offshore the nearby Pea Island life-saving station.
Hundreds of people drowned within eyesight of tourists standing on the beach. It became a national scandal. It's covered all the major newspapers all over the country that the United States Life-Saving Service on the Outer Banks was not competent. So they were actually looking for men who could perform their duties.
And who did they choose to be the keeper?
What did they say about him? They said he was...
This is in the historical record. If you look at it, he's the best surfman on the coast.
Richard Etheridge, chosen to take over as keeper or captain of the Pea Island station. Then he picked the best surfmen and watermen he knew, creating the first all-black life-saving crew. The Pea Island life-saving station, credited with hundreds of rescues, but probably the most celebrated, came October 11th, 1896. It wasn't on a day like this. No, it was a vicious storm, and a schooner, the E.S. Newman, was in trouble. It had run aground. Its crew needed to be rescued. Etheridge and his crew went to work in the most perilous conditions.
Think of it, it's October, the water's cold. There are waves, the conditions are horrific. The boat is breaking apart.
20-foot waves breaking on the shore. Although Richard Etheridge was a good problem solver, he asked for volunteers. I don't think they knew what they were volunteering for, but two men stepped forward. And he asked them to tie a rope around them, secure it to the surfmen on the beach, and to swim out to the E.S. Newman.
And that's depicting the rescue. You know, the first person that was saved is the 3-year-old son, the captain's son, Tommy.
All 9 lives saved aboard that doomed ship. The museum also includes an up-close look at a rescue boat.
But this is not a replica. I mean, this is an actual...
This is the actual boat. This is the actual surf boat. This boat here is over 100 years old.
Is this an actual oar that was...
That's the actual oar, yeah.
You'll also see this history on display just a few miles away at the entrance to the Roanoke Island Aquarium, where you'll also find the grave sites for Richard Etheridge and his family, which were discovered during construction of the aquarium.
You know, so in an area like the Outer Banks, major tourist area, people don't know this history, so it brings, you know, it's an opportunity to tell a very inspiring and engaging story, you know, to make it known.
And that's exactly what they're doing.
By the time the Civil War ended, he had risen to the rank of sergeant.
This was just last week at the Coast Guard station in Portsmouth. Members of the Pea Island Preservation Society sharing the story of Richard Etheridge and the Pea Island Life-Saving Station. It's personal as well for Joan Collins. Her dad, Herbert, part of the last Pea Island crew before it was decommissioned in 1947. It took 100 years for Richard Etheridge and his crew to be recognized for their heroic efforts with a gold life-saving medal, and of course by that time they had all passed away. If you want to hear firsthand from the descendants of the Pea Island lifesavers. Tomorrow, they are doing a special presentation at the North Carolina Aquarium in Manteo at 1 p.m. There is much more information about this in my web story about the Pea Island Cookhouse Museum.